On a freezing morning in January 2022, a blizzard was burying the suburban town of Canton, Massachusetts. In the heavy snow, outside a residential home, off-duty Boston police officer JohnOKeefe was found dead. His body was partially frozen in the snowbank. He had a severely injured right arm, defensive wounds, and a heavily bruised face. It was his girlfriend, Karen Reed, who discovered him, calling for help as first responders arrived at the scene. The prosecution quickly assembled a straightforward narrative. They argued that Reed, after a night of heavy drinking, dropped O'Keefe off at an after-party, flew into a jealous rage, reversed her heavy luxury SUV into him, and drove home, leaving him to die. To ground this theory, investigators pointed to a specific piece of physical evidence: the shattered pieces of Karen Reed's passenger side taillight, found scattered and embedded in the snowbank right where O'Keefe's body lay. On the surface, the physical debris on the lawn presented a neatly packaged case of vehicular manslaughter, a grieving partner, an alcohol-fueled mistake, and the shattered plastic to prove it. But Karen Reed's defense team presented a different reality. They argued JohnOKeefe never made it to that snowbank on his own. Instead, they claimed he was lured inside the house, beaten by another man, and dragged outside. The house where O'Keefe was found belonged to Brian Albert, a veteran Boston police officer. The investigation into the death was immediately handed over to the local Canton police, officers who were closely connected to the homeowner. The defense leveled an accusation of police corruption. They alleged that local police manipulated the physical crime scene, sweeping away evidence of a fight, and later planting those red taillight shards in the snow to frame Karen Reed. Proving a localized cover-up is difficult. The accused institution entirely controls the physical perimeter. They bag the clues, they document the lawn, and they write the official reports. To defeat a physical narrative built by local authorities, you need an objective witness that cannot be intimidated. You need a digital footprint. The battleground shifted from a chaotic, snowy lawn to the precision of a courtroom. Here, digital forensics took over. A data extraction expert was called to the stand. The defense had subpoenaed the smartphone belonging to the homeowner's sister-in-law, who was present inside the house that night. Buried within the device's system cache was a single, specific Google search. The query read, "How long to die in cold?" The forensic software revealed the exact moment this query was executed on the Safari browser, 2:27 a.m. JohnOKeefe wasn't officially discovered in the snow until just after 6 a.m. Searching for the freezing time of a human body nearly 4 hours before the victim is found implies knowledge of his condition. This single timestamp contradicted the prosecution's hit-and-run theory. This timeline compares a clash of realities. On top, the prosecution's physical sequence. On the bottom, the digital extraction. Unlike a piece of plastic on a lawn, digital data is automatically logged and stored on third-party servers, far outside the reach of local police departments. The defense layered other digital artifacts onto this timeline. They mapped Reed's missed calls, saved voicemails, and precise GPS pings from her vehicle. Together, these data points constructed a rigid sequence of the night's events. The prosecution relied on taillight shards, items that must be manually found and stored. The defense relied on server-side search histories. These logs are recorded by external providers and synced across multiple databases, meaning any attempt to alter them locally leaves a detectable discrepancy in the digital record. This timestamp proves a modern reality. While a physical scene can be manipulated to frame a suspect, it is far more difficult to edit automated, third-party digital records. That 2:27 a.m. discrepancy didn't stay confined to the courtroom. It leaked into the public domain, bypassing traditional news media and landing directly in the hands of the internet. Armed with digital trial clips and forensic reports, citizens mobilized online. They built the Free Karen Reed movement, turning the trial into a decentralized investigation defined by its signature pink apparel. These online activists essentially became a virtual jury. They scrutinized every pixel of evidence, operating outside the control of traditional justice institutions. Inside the building, the irreconcilable gap between the state's physical narrative and the digital evidence led to a stalemate. In July 2024, after 5 days of deliberation, the judge declared a mistrial due to a deadlocked jury. The stalemate resulted from a jury and a public unable to reconcile a suspicious physical crime scene with contradictory digital proof. The prosecution has vowed to retry the case in 2025. This time, they will face a global audience scrutinizing every photograph, timeline, and testimony. The Karen Read case demonstrates how criminal investigations now face a dual burden. They must not only secure the physical crime scene, but also account for a person's digital history. Historically, controlling the physical ground, the lawn, and the evidence bags meant controlling the record. Today, every person leaves a digital shadow that operates independently of the physical world. In the 21st century, the outcome of a trial may no longer hinge on what is found on a snowy lawn, but on the timestamps we generate in private, which remain long after the snow has melted.